Now that you have your market and your niche figured out, it's time to figure out your target within that niche. So it's time to get inside the head of your ideal client and find out what makes them tick. In short, we're going to figure out who your clients are, and then we're going to build a detailed profile of them. Here's a quote: "If you can describe your customer's current problem better than they can, they will unconsciously assume you have the solution." And this quote is the key to your success. If you cannot do this, you cannot build a big business. If you do not know your client better than they know themselves, you will not succeed in building a 6 or 7 figure business. You'll be a generalist scraping to get by. You'll be picking up clients based on luck or referral, but never going beyond that. And you'll certainly never get a paid advertising campaign to scale. In other words, this is important. Take your time to do this right. If you rush through it, you're just going to have to come back and do it again after spending time and money going after the wrong avatar, okay? So whether you're in business to business, B2B, or B2C, which is business to consumer, you're doing business with a human being. And you're going to have to appeal to the hopes, dreams, fears, and desires of that human if you want to make sales. So what is a customer avatar? A customer avatar is a detailed profile of your ideal customer created based on real-world exposure to your market. That's important, real-world exposure. So we're not making this stuff up. We're going to go out into the market and we're going to find out who this person really is. And our goal with this is for your prospect, for your prospective client to say, "That's me," when they hear your marketing, when they hear your message, when they hear your consulting offer. The more detail, the better. You want them to say, "That's me, I want that." You should be able to write a page out of your client's diary. And I'm going to show you how to get to this point in just a minute. So you may have seen in the webinar my client Charlie. I met him a couple of years ago, and he had a site called Kick-Ass Academy that helped men have better relationships with women. When I started working with Charlie, I came in and we did this exercise, and I said, what do your most important clients actually care about? Who can you get the best results for, and what do they want? And then we figured out what they actually care about, and we decided, based on the feedback we got, that it was charisma in everyday life. So whether that's getting the promotion at work, lighting up the room when you walk into it, or being able to make new friends, we went and we figured out what the hair on fire problem was for Charlie's clients, and then we rebranded the whole thing as Charisma on Command. And you can see here Charlie has almost 900,000 subscribers, and this video has 2 million views. Charlie says, "It's been the best decision we've made this year. We're now positioned to attract clients we want most, plus we're finding our new products practically sell themselves." So when you get your client avatar right, your offer is going to sell itself. When you get it wrong, no one's going to buy it. So we're going to create your avatar in 2 different ways. The first is online research, and the second is direct outreach. So we're going to use online research to come up with our initial understanding of your market. And then we're going to use direct outreach in our actual strategy sessions to refine our avatar and dig deeper. And I want to remind you, this, like everything else, is an iterative process. And version 1.0 is not going to be as good as version 1.4 or version 2.0. But you have to get started in order to move forward. If you've never done this before, it's probably going to take you an entire week to finish this module. This is the foundation of your business. When we talked about skyscrapers, we talked about building deep to go high. So this is the foundation. It's worth it to put in the work. And it's absolutely crucial to your success. If you take shortcuts here, your business will suffer. So we're going to use online research to discover who your avatar is, what kind of words they use, what their dreams are, who they are now, who they want to be, and everything else you could possibly want to know about them. This is the fastest path to profitability. Step 1 is to open up your client avatar worksheet document. We're going to take a peek inside that doc right now. Here we are inside the customer avatar doc, And you can see it's just a series of questions. So describe your perfect client. How old are they? What does their family look like? Are they married? Do they have kids? Are they single? Are they dating? Where do they live? What part of the country are they concentrated in? Do they mostly live on the West Coast or the East Coast? Or do they live in the Midwest? What do they do for fun? How are they spending their free time? Then you're going to ask and figure out what is the most urgent, pressing, painful problem in their life right now and get them to elaborate. So if they start talking, ask them more questions. Like, how does that make you feel? What do you really mean by that? Why do you think that is? What keeps your prospect awake at night? What's their worst fear in regards to their situation? So what are they thinking in their head that they're afraid to even admit? What are your prospects' top 3 biggest frustrations on a daily basis? What tasks do they absolutely hate to do, they wish they didn't have to do? What would your prospect do in their business if it wasn't so complicated? What's their dream? What do they want more than anything, and what's keeping them from achieving that? So what are the 3 biggest reasons that your prospect hasn't gotten help with that problem yet? What's the biggest mistake they're making right now? What are some words that they use that nobody else uses? So what's some industry slang? And then you can write down things like, how do you want your prospect to feel when they come across your marketing? What are they grateful for in their life? What are they spending money on right now? Are they happy with the money they spent, or are they upset about that? What are they spending their time on right now? What does your client complain to friends and family? So if they're at a barbecue on a Friday night, what are they talking about? Are they complaining about their business? And then what do your best clients have in common? Who do you love to work with? Now you can write down demographics, psychographics. These are all based on the answers to the questions you had above. And then also write down what do your worst clients have in common, because we want to repel them with our offer and with our marketing. So who do you find it difficult to sell to? Who don't you like working with? We're going to write that down so that we don't work with them in the future. And then here's a little summary down here. So you're going to write down, I work with people who... And then you're going to write down qualifications based on your research. And then I refuse to work with people who, and write down your disqualifications. What characteristics do the people you don't want to work with have? Step 2 is to use the following methods and resources to find the answers to the questions in the document. I want you to explore each of these resources so you get a good idea of what's going on in your market. And this should take you hours, not minutes, okay? Don't breeze through this. Here's just a quick run through. You can look at forums in your industry, blogs, comments on blogs. Amazon reviews are a great place to go. So search your industry and your niche on Amazon and then read the review for products and books. So go through books, see what people like, see what they don't like. What are people complaining about, and what are the pain points? Go look in Facebook groups and go join the Facebook groups in your niche and your industry. You can just search in that top bar in Facebook for groups. You can Google the top 10 blogs in X industry. So if you're in weight loss, Google top 10 blogs in weight loss. If you are in Infusionsoft implementation, Google that. And then read the blog articles, especially the top articles. Read the FAQ sections. These are awesome to figure out what kind of pain points and objections people have. And then go follow the top 10 industry influencers on social media. You can read their articles. Again, you can do this just by Googling top 10 influencers in your industry. There's a tool called BuzzSumo.com. If you just type that in your browser, you can search your industry. It's going to show you the most shared articles on social media in your industry. That's going to give you a good idea of what people are paying attention to. You can also use Reddit and just do a keyword search. Likewise, you can use Twitter and Quora. Just go to these sites and then type your industry in the search bar. And you're going to see what comes up. What are people paying attention to? What's being shared? Write down the top 10 frequently asked questions from your experience working with clients. If you already have clients, that's a super easy way to do it. You can also do this with your competitors. So just look at the FAQ section on their website. And then read comments on your competitors' Facebook fan pages, in their groups, and on their advertisements. So see what kind of ads they're using. You can find all of these resources in the research resources link below. So don't worry about writing those down. Just go open that document. You're going to find the list and then just go through and do every one of these. And I told you this is going to take you a while. So take the time and really get to know your industry and your niche. I want you to look at this process of discovery and try and learn as much as you can about your avatar using each of these methods. each of these methods. Now, in the future, your sales calls will be your greatest research method as soon as we reach that point in the program, but we're not quite there yet. First, we need an offer. But once you do start getting in strategy sessions, you are going to learn an immense amount about your prospect. Now, after you've done your web research, we're going to get direct feedback from the market. Now, how are we going to do that? To start, you can survey your email list if you have one. If you don't worry about that. You can survey your Facebook friends if you have friends in the industry. You can survey on Reddit and LinkedIn and other groups. So any place where your potential clients are hanging out, that's a great place to survey. So if you join those Facebook groups in your industry, you can go into those groups, and I'm going to show you how to survey them right now. So we're going to offer a free report in exchange for their participation in the survey. And here's what this looks like. If we're doing direct outreach, say we find a Facebook group where your prospective clients are hanging out. Here's a message that you can post in the Facebook group. And this is linked to in the resources below this video. So again, don't worry about writing this down. You can just open up that Word document, copy, paste it, adapt it to your niche, and go ahead and use it. I'm going to read it for you right now. So it says, "Hi all, you're going to put your niche there. So I am a consultant in this niche conducting some research on the biggest pain involved with your niche. Would you be open to filling out this quick questionnaire to help with my research?" And then you're going to link to the questionnaire, which I'll give you in just a minute. "I'd like to understand the biggest pains and problems top people in your niche like you are experiencing. In exchange for your help, I can share my top tips from how other people in the niche are solving their biggest pains once I'm complete. If you include your email in the questionnaire, I'll send you the free report when my research is done. It shouldn't take more than 5 minutes to complete. Thanks so much. You're helping me more than you know. Hugs, your name." So you can see you can go into a group where your ideal clients are hanging out, either on LinkedIn or Facebook. You can post it to your Facebook wall, and you'll get people to fill out this survey. So what does the survey actually look like? We're going to walk you through that right now. Here is the survey that I use, and this is a form in JotForm. This is a free survey software. Your first 5 surveys are free. So just go to DigitalNomad.com and start a free account, and then you're going to grab the URL for this survey below this video. And JotForm is going to ask you when you create a new form if you would like to import from an existing form. So all you got to do is paste the URL into that box, and then we'll import this form for you automatically. And then you can customize this to your niche. So here's how it goes. We're going to ask, what is your single most important challenge with your business, health, or relationships right now? Now, if you work in a niche, you're going to ask the question that is relevant to your niche, right? So if you're teaching somebody how to prepare for an MMA fight, that's your niche, you're going to say, what is your single most important challenge with preparing for your upcoming fight, right? You're not going to say what business, health, or relationships. So go ahead and customize this to your actual niche. If you work in technology or email marketing or attracting clients or in holistic health, or in fitness, go ahead and adapt it to whatever you work in. Could be a relationship. So if somebody's struggling to save their marriage, you're going to say, what is your single most important challenge with your marriage right now, or with saving your marriage right now? Then you're going to ask, why would it make a difference in your life to get a good answer for this problem or find a solution for your need? Then we're going to ask, how difficult has it been for you to find a good answer for the above to date? If it's not difficult, it's going to be hard to sell these clients, right? If it's very difficult and they have this urgent, pressing problem, that's a hair and fire problem right there. And that's what we're looking for. Here's another question I like. If you could wave a magic wand and change something else in your business life or relationships, what would it be? How difficult has this been? Then we're going to let them put their email in, so you can email them the summary of your findings, and a phone number. So if somebody puts their phone number in here and they have a hair and fire problem, it's a great idea to call them and ask them those questions from the customer avatar. And these people often turn into your first clients as well. Now, once you've done your online research and you've surveyed the industry, you can talk to the industry directly. And you can also start with this if you'd like. This is the best way to do it. It's a little more nerve-wracking for people, especially if you don't know anything at all about the industry. So that's why, if you don't already have clients and you're not already active, I suggest you start with the online research and then move on to this. So you're going to actually talk with people on the phone. And if you get on a call with them, you're just going to ask them your questions from the client avatar doc that we went over earlier. And then you can interact with them, you can engage with them, you can ask them to clarify things. So how do you do this? If you already have clients, a great way to do this is to just ask your current clients. So can you call up one of your clients today and ask them to spend 10 minutes going through these questions with you? You can also reach out to former clients, reach out to prospective clients. This is one of the number one ways to do this. This is who you want to get inside the head of, your prospective clients. So if you know where those people exist already, reach out to prospective clients. Maybe somebody filled out that survey and left their phone number in there. You can talk to them. You can cold call people in the industry if you really want to. I've done this. You don't have to do it. That's why I gave you this web research. That's why I gave you the survey. And that's why I'm telling you these other methods. When I started out, I didn't know any better, so I did this, and it works pretty well. You can also reach out to your network if you're connected in your industry already. So how do you do it if you're doing direct outreach? Let's say you're going to reach out on LinkedIn directly to your ideal prospective client. You can just shoot them a message that says this. Or you can use a cold email as well. So if you want to email the people directly, subject, strange question. Hi, name. I found you on this platform, and I've been digging around on your company. If this is an individual, obviously don't say company. You have to adapt this to your niche. I'm impressed with, and then say something personal about them. So you could talk about their company, their Facebook page, their group they're an administrator of, whatever, but try and make this a personal email. Then you say, I am a consultant conducting some research in this niche. Would you be open to a phone call so I can ask you some quick questions? Or if it's easier, filling out this quick questionnaire. And again, you're going to link to that questionnaire. I'd like to understand the biggest pains and problems people in your niche have. If you're up for it, hit reply and let me know. And if you'd like, I can share my top tips from how other people in the niche are solving the biggest pains once I'm complete. I'll send you the free report when my research is done. Kind regards, your name. So again, this is linked to below this video in the outreach template, so you don't have to write this down. Now, how do we put this all together? Now that you've done the research and you've gotten into the head of your ideal customer, you should have your customer avatar completed. Now we're going to distill everything you've learned about the avatar down into a one-page document for future reference. This is just going to be easier because our initial avatar is really long. That's so we can really dive deep and get the information we need. But now we want to consolidate that and summarize. So go fill in your one-page avatar now, and that's right below this video. Be sure to include a headshot, so you should have an actual picture representation of your client. So this could be a real person, or you can just grab a picture off of Google of somebody that might be in your market. And I'll walk you through that avatar example right now. Here's my avatar for my high-level coaching program. This is for coaches and consultants who are already in business. They're already doing 6 figures a year, but they want to scale up and systemize and automate and grow their business to 7 figures. So you can see I have an actual picture of this person, and then I have their personal details. I call her Annie Achiever. She's 38. She lives in California. Her occupation is a high-performance coach. She makes 10 to 12K a month right now, and she is currently single and dating. And then I'm going to describe her day-to-day. So she wakes up, she meditates, she drinks coffee, she checks her phone for clients, she does coaching calls, she works out, she reads. The more detailed, the better. Go into what this person actually spends their day doing. Then you want to describe their values. So Annie Achiever's values are hard work and ambition, personal development and responsibility, getting results for her clients. She values growth in career and in her life. She values financial freedom and freedom with her time. She's willing to pay for expertise and help because she knows it will get her there faster. And she knows that she doesn't know what she doesn't know, which means there are unknowns out there, and the only way to find them is to get help. Her biggest frustrations are she's trading time for money, there's no way to grow, and there's no end in sight to the work, okay? She's taking too many discovery calls that don't close, she's writing proposals, she spends all day talking to clients and trying to make them happy, but she's living in feast or famine, okay? She depends on 1 or 2 big clients to pay the bills. She has no idea how to drum up new business, and she works with low-value, high-maintenance clients. Annie Achiever also has shiny object syndrome with her marketing. So she's trying to be everywhere at the same time, and she's getting marginal results from everything. Then I'm going to describe her ideal situation. Where does she want to be? This is the point B. Where does she wish she was right now? Then what's stopping her from getting there? Then I'm going to describe my anti-avatar. So who's the opposite of any achiever? I'm going to try and avoid that person in my marketing. And then anytime you're writing a new offer or a new marketing material or you're filling in information anywhere, you're going to reference this document so you're going to know exactly who you're speaking to. Go ahead and do that now.